First question, talk a little bit about what you've seen from this Southside team. You're 2-0 heading into this game against Northside on Friday night. What about this team has impressed you, and what are some of the keys to continuing the success you've had?
So far this year, we've played better as a team, way better team defense. Like we held Jay County like 30 points the last game, and we've just been playing better collectively together as a unit and keeping our composure. Like the Leo game, we overcame adversity. They had came back, but we kept our composure. Like last year's team, less experience, we probably would have lost a game like that. But this year, we stuck it out and we won.
When you take a look at this game, what has been the prep like? What are you working on this week to get ready for what Northside presents Friday?
Coach JJ just wants us to practice like we always practice hard, just give it all we got. And then when we go out and play Friday, everything should be smooth if we just play how he knows we can play and how we know we can play.
How much are you looking forward to this matchup?
It's a pretty big matchup. It's like top two teams in the SAC if you ask me. So really, whoever wins this game could possibly win the SAC. So it's a pretty big matchup from here in the team.
How exciting is it to play that game? And this is the first night of doubleheaders in the SAC, opening night for the SAC. How exciting is it to play a game like this, like right off the bat when it comes to conference play?
Oh, it's really exciting. Southside hasn't been this packed, and it won't be this packed for a while. It's probably been the deepest game South has had in years. So start out the season like that, it's pretty cool.
What are you most looking forward to about this Friday night?
Showing people that I can play defense, because they're going to see. Like, I would definitely be locking up this game.
Do you think people are underestimating what Southside has bringing into this game?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I feel like they don't give us enough credit, which I can understand because we didn't have a great season last season. But we have just as much talent as any team in the state, if you ask me, and I feel like we can play with anybody.
1 and 2, man. That's for sure, the top two. Off, Courtney, as far as this team goes, what have you guys done well at this point in the season? You started off 2-0. What's impressed you about this Southside team so far this year?
We've been sitting down on defense. We try to play help D, make sure, they'll let them get only one chance to score the ball, and then we just run with it.
When you take a look at practice this week, what has been the focus as you lead up to this big game against Northside on Friday?
Staying in shape. Fourth quarter, we're going to really need our legs to knock down shots while we're open.
Obviously, you've played Northside in years past. What do you know about their team, and what are going to be some of the keys for Southside to come out successful on Friday?
We got to box out and rebound. They're good rebounders. They have Keon Brooks. He's a good rebounder. So we have to box them out, grab the ball.
When you take a look at some of the top teams in the SAC, some are saying these are the top two. So what are you most anticipating about Friday, and what is it like to have this kind of hype and excitement leading up to your first conference game?
Well, it's going to be very exciting because everybody's been talking about it before the season started. It's going to be packed in here. So we're going to be having a great game.
What do you most look forward to about tomorrow night's matchup?
Just the game period, just the competition. I'm ready to compete.
What does it mean to have an SAC championship type of game to start off conference play? I mean, that has to get you, I know you're excited to start off conference play, but to play and start with a game like this, it has to just add a little extra juice to it.
Yeah, it's actually adding a lot of juice. We're very ready to play Northside, and we're going to see how this game goes tomorrow.
Perfect, my man. Thank you. Good luck.
Obviously I like the attitude of the kids. They're buying in everything that I'm selling right now. We're obviously a work in progress. Yeah, like you said, we're 2-0, but there's obviously things that we need to work on. I'd rather be 2-0 working on those things than 0-2. So, I'm pleased.
What is the focus in practice this week leading up to Northside on Friday?
You know what? It's just business as usual. I know it's a lot of hype surrounding this game, and obviously Northside, Southside rivalry. At the end of the game, it's our third ball game, probably their fourth or fifth. Both teams have, trying to figure out who they are and, put pieces together and things of that nature.
When you take a look at Northside, you've obviously been around the SAC for a while now. What are some of the concerns you have, and what are some of the things you're going to have to do well as a Southside team to come out victorious on Friday?
Obviously the number one concern is that kid that's ranked in the nation. You got one of the top players in the nation. That's always a concern. And they got, a player that is really, really good, and they got other players that are, that can play, that are more than capable. What I like about these kids, we have some potential out here. It's just a matter of us playing together. I've been preaching all year, sitting down playing defense. Basketball is a beautiful game. Comes down to X's and O's and effort sometime. And if we go out here and play hard and play up to our potential, well, we should be all right.
What do you tell these kids, and how do you get them ready for the hype and the intensity and just kind of the atmosphere that it's going to be here at Riker Gymnasium on Friday night?
If I had to answer to that, I might make some money, Glenn. You know, these are teenagers, and you know, you can preach it, but you know it's going to be there. Obviously, you know, there's some a lot of emotions going to be. We're flying high on both sides. Like I tell these guys, I'm aware there's going to be emotions, but there's going to come a point in time in a basketball game where everybody's going to settle down, the emotions are out, now you got to sit out, you know, play basketball. And that's what we're going to do. You know, you just try to harp on, do the things that you practice. If you go out and you play the exact way that you practice, you know, it kind of, like I tell them, is a formula, is a blueprint. It doesn't matter whether you're playing at an empty gym or you're playing in front of, you know, 12,000.
Some say these are the top 2 teams in the SAC. What does it mean to be playing, to play a game of this caliber that could decide a conference championship right off the bat when you open SAC play on Friday night?
You know, I talked to Shabazz about that, and I told him I don't know who was responsible for the scheduling. I didn't know if that was him or Coach Novell, but you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like I said, just it's a good early test between you know, 2 rival schools, and you know, the rivalry's been going on well before you know my time here. It's going to go on well after me. All you can do is get ready to play. They're in the same boat that we're in. You know, even if they do got the #1 player in the country, but you know, it's just like I said, a good test, and like I told these guys, you know, the sun will come up, whether we win, whether we lose, or whether you know it's a tie at the end of it. But you know, we're coming out. Our goal is to prepare and get ready for postseason play. You know, as this goes on, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
No, sir. We appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. We appreciate it. I don't know.